So in our last concept, we talked about how to find the equation of the line when they give you the slope and they give you the y-intercept. Because remember, whenever we write the equation of a line, we are going to use y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. This is the most common, the most widely used form of a line, and so this is where we begin. If they give us the slope and the y-intercept, no sweat, we can just plug that in. But sometimes they don't always give us what we need, and that's kind of a bummer. So what do you do if they give you the slope, but then instead of giving you the y-intercept, they just give you a point? Could be any point on the line. You don't know where. What are you going to do? Well, there is a process. So like with anything in algebra, there's a process. You can solve this. You can get the equation that you want if they only give you slope and a point. And here's that process. You're going to identify m, which is slope, and then your x and y value, which will come from your point. You're going to write out y equals mx plus b with open spaces for the things that they did give you, the pieces of information that they gave you. You're going to then plug in the values for mx and y into the formula, solve for b, because that'll be the only thing that doesn't have a value, and then you can use m and b to plug into your final equation as your final answer. Now, if that seems like a little bit crazy and so overwhelming to you, don't worry about it. Writing the equation of a line in slope-intercept form always comes down to two things. You need the slope, you need the y-intercept. And everything is going to revolve around how do I get those two things. So I don't want you to panic. I just want you to think, okay, what do I need? If they're asking me for slope-intercept form, what do I have to have? What do I need? I need slope, I need y-intercept. Then you're going to look to see how can I use the pieces of information that they gave to me to find what I need. Well, I need slope. They gave me slope. Good. I need y-intercept. I don't have it, but I can solve for it using my formula y equals mx plus b. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like by doing some examples together. Okay, so starting out, we've got number 33 that goes through -1, -2, and this is an ordered pair of coordinate points. So remember, this is x and this is y, and the slope is 4. This is m. So the first thing that you want to do is just write out what you have. So m equals 4. X equals -1, y equals -2. All right, so just put it in a way that's easier to see everything that you have. The next step you're going to do is you're going to write out your formula with spaces to plug in. Okay, so what do I mean by that? We're going to do y equals m times x plus b. I left spaces for the three things that they gave me. Okay, then my next step is going to be to plug it in. Plug in m, x, and y. Y is -2 equals m, which is 4. X is -1 plus b. So I just plugged those numbers right into my equation. And notice the only variable that I have is b, the y-intercept, and that's the other thing that I have to have in order to write my equation. So I'm going to solve for that. So let's see. -2 just stays -2 equals 4 times -1 is -4 plus b. I'm solving for b, so I want to get that all alone. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I find that 2 equals b. b equals 2. Awesome. So now I have my slope, I have my y-intercept, I can write the equation of the line. My equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. Always write your formula first, just to make sure that you don't miss anything. So let's plug in what we have. Y equals m. Well, they told me m was 4 times x, and b is +2. So there's my equation of my line. Yay! Why don't you pause the video, try number 34, come on back when you think you've got it. Okay, so we're going to go through this together just to make sure that you were able to get this. Ordered pair means this is our x value, this is a y value, and slope means that this is m. So that means m equals 1, x equals -5, and y equals -3. Good to go. Now we're going to write out our equation with our spaces. Y equals m x plus b. Y is -3, m is 1, x is -5. So that's where you should have plugged those in. Now let's solve to find out what b is. -3 equals -5 plus b. Add 5 to both sides so that b is all alone. And 2 equals b. Really? 2 again? Goodness gracious. So now I know m equals 1, b equals 2. So I can write my equation. Y equals mx plus b is going to become y equals m, which is 1, x, b is plus 2. And you don't have to have this 1 here. If it helps you out, you're welcome to leave it there. But you could also write this as y equals just x plus 2. Anytime you see a problem where the slope is 1, they're not going to write it. So I want you to be used to seeing an x all by itself, and I don't want you to panic and think, there's no m. There is. It's just a 1. So you can look at it either way. All right. For part 2 of this video, we're going to take a look at what we do after we go through this process to take it to the next level, which is graphing. So be sure to come on back.